Yeah, because it's really good to know what the energy is, right? When we know what the energy is, then we can get in alignment and flow with that energy. I mean, that's what I work with, the people I'm privileged to work with, is no matter where you're going, no matter what it is you're moving that project, that mission out in the world. But even if there's a storm, if you put the right clothes on and you go at the right time, you're still going to be able to get there. We just need to be a little bit more prepared. But also there's times when the wind is in your wings and it is time to suit up and fly. So it's really good to know what the celestial weather is and what the energy is. Like for 2017, okay, actually let's backtrack. 2016 for some people was a long, steep climb up a hill, pushing a boulder and pulling one behind you too. Now that might not have been you, and if it wasn't, hallelujah for you. But for some people it really was. So I knew that was coming up. So I don't get to escape that energy, but I know how to strategize and with that energy. But if you felt like last year was very limiting, I'm hoping you're enjoying the energy of this year, but it's also possible to get stuck in sort of the wake of the storm. We had some dynamics last year that was a very push-pull, frustrating kind of energy, and it was hard to get things going and move your projects forward. And we had, passion and like productivity, like with the bridle on and the reins held back by Saturn sitting there going, no, it's not going to happen that fast. It's going to happen really, really, really slow. So anyway, that energy is almost fully released. And the energy of 2017, look, what I love about the energy of 2017 is, number one, there's been a huge amount of light. And Jupiter and Venus have been shining in Vedic astrology. They have been shining their light, the two brightest planets, on one another, like directly across in the heavens at one another. And this is hitting you in a specific areas of your own soul blueprint. So collectively, this has been going on actually from the end of January, and it'll be going on until the 1st of June. So we're kind of coming to the culmination of this. And collectively, this has shed light on bringing just more light in, which is great for momentum and moving things forward. But it's also brought up a lot of truths that were hidden in the dark corners collectively. And we've seen a lot of that. And some of us are, some people have just sort of opened their eyes to what's really going on, or just begun to. So that's going to continue. So it plays out two different ways. The energy that I think it's really important to remind all of you about is that 2017 is calling for more authenticity, more being in the current energy than ever. So if you're still trying to rectify 5 years ago or last year, you might have some cleanup work to do, and that's fine. Bracket the time to do that, but spend a good amount of time right here, right now, absolutely getting present. And what Amber's bringing to you with this retreat is a great way to actually open yourself up and to do that. Authenticity is a word that's been thrown around a lot, and probably all of you know exactly what I'm talking about. But 2017 is calling for authenticity from all of us. And it's like even people who might not be aware of that's what they want or that's what's needed, like everybody's BS meter is turned on high. And that's good news. But there's some major BS you could see out in the world today. But within yourself, where it shows up for you is the places where you're not yet fully stepping into all of you, stepping into your divine gifts, like we'll talk about today, holding back and trying to be like someone else, or do things like someone else in your business, in your project, and even in your relationships. So what I want to support you in today is to own another part of yourself, or own a part of yourself even more fully, and be willing to wear that, get to know it, and use those amazing gifts that you have, not only for, your own health, your own wealth, your own happiness, but also it's a blessing for the world. Like